Hello guys and welcome back to another FPL video. My name's FPL Meerkat and today we're looking over at my Game Week 5 squad and looking at my Game Week 6 team selection. Game Week 5 was a very strong week for me indeed. Got a little bit lucky with some of the late results and the late goals in the games, but yeah, let's get into the video. So here is my Game Week 5 team and I'm really happy with the points total this week, 86 points. Once Andreas comes off the bench for Zinchenko, who didn't play. Really happy with that score, way above the average this week, giving me a really nice green arrow to about 1.3 million. Obviously, that will probably go down slightly after today's game with Man United against Leicester. I'm recording this before that game's happened. So the rank will probably go down a little bit and the average will go up a bit. But to be honest, I'm really happy with the points total. Raya in goal getting another 3-pointer. The man just never quite fully blanks, does he? He always seems to get that 1 point through saving or bonus or whatever. Still really happy with him in net. Alexander-Arnold getting a blank isn't great, but that Liverpool defence has looked shaky for ages. We all thought that St. Maximin was going to tear him apart, but it was Isaac. It was Isaac who was tearing the team apart, to be honest. Watching that game, he was incredibly good. I'm really liking the look of him. He could be an incredibly good differential, especially with the fixtures that Newcastle have got coming up, whether you've got a spot for that third forward in your team. He's certainly someone to look at to break the template. Cancelo getting 12 points, doing what he does. 12 points is what's the word? We're used to him getting that point total. Getting a clean sheet and a goal. No bonus this time though. He's normally a magnet for those kind of things, but with 6 goals in the game, it's quite hard for him to get bonus. But yeah, really happy with him. Really happy that I kept hold of him because I was debating potentially switching him to fund a midfielder. So yeah, he's definitely staying in my team. Walker getting another 6 points. Really happy that he started. Really nice to get that double City clean sheet. He's certainly on my radar to be moving on, purely because I want to do something a bit more exciting. He's been really good for getting the points so far, but I think he's well due a rest with the City's new left back, Gomez, probably going to be starting a game very soon. I think I've been very fortunate he started 5 games in a row. Then we've got Zinchenko, obviously not playing. So yeah, I started him anyway because I thought there was a small chance he played. And then obviously Andreas got his 6 points and I was kind of thinking, I hope Zinchenko doesn't really play so I can get those points. And Arsenal lost their clean sheet anyway. So yeah, pretty happy with how that turned out, that I kept a hold of him. Salah captaincy getting 20 points. Very, very fortunate, I will admit it. After I seen Haaland getting his hat-trick in the first half, I thought, oh, this is an absolute shambles of a game week. But no, somehow getting 2 assists, an assist at the very, very end of the match, 98 minutes. As a Liverpool fan, I was absolutely screaming my head off at that goal. Debatable whether the game should have gone on that long. Obviously, Newcastle were time wasting quite a lot with Pope going down, I think, for about 3 minutes. So maybe he could have blown slightly earlier, but we've definitely seen that happen before. But I don't think it was that. It was as bad as people are saying it was. But yeah, really good comeback from Liverpool. Salah getting 10 points, double to 20. Very much saving my game week. I think I would have had a pretty average game week if it wasn't for that last minute assist. Luis Diaz blanking. Wasn't too disappointed with his performance, to be honest. He had quite a few chances. Still happy to have him in the team and quite a good fixture next week anyway. So I'm okay with him for now. Martinelli getting 10 points. Absolutely great. I think he was on the thumbnail of me getting rid of him last week. I was definitely considering it because I thought he might be a rotation risk. And again, he's so highly owned. I just want to break the template slightly, but I don't know how to do it. And the issue is all of these highly owned players are all doing well. So I really don't want to move away from any of them at the moment. Getting 10 points, really good performance from Martinelli, getting a great goal, 3 bonus points, and could have had quite a few more goals as well. He looked so good. I don't think he's actually a rotation risk anymore. I thought that Smith Rowe could displace him, but he's just performing levels above Smith Rowe at the moment. So very happy with him in the team. My transfer for the week, getting in Harrison for... I basically switched out Tony. I downgraded Tony to Stansfield and upgraded De Silva to Harrison. Leaves me some money in the bank as well. That's mainly the reason I did it. And obviously Harrison and Tony are going to be playing each other next week, so that might be interesting. He did look very good. He had a lot of great chances, Harrison. And yeah, he was so close to getting a goal, but kept scuffing his shots. And his corners, he had so many corners, if you watch that Leeds game, but so many of them, he just kicked straight into the first defender. Really frustrating. And to be honest, I think he could have been on for a haul if Leeds hadn't conceded a goal so early on, and Everton doing exactly what Everton do and defending for the rest of the game. But yeah, I'm not too annoyed with Harrison. I've definitely bought him for the fixtures that are coming up. Obviously, the good fixtures in the next 2 weeks. Really, that's the main reason why I got him, and I didn't want to burn my transfers. Haaland, another hat trick, unbelievable, right? I mean, we definitely thought that there was a chance he gets benched this week. But it looked likely he was going to play. Obviously, next week, again, we've got the exact same conversation, but the man is an absolute machine. There is no denying how excellent he is in that Man City team and in the Premier League. I did say in my Premier League predictions video that he'd struggle to get started. I thought he'd be an incredibly good player, but he'd struggle to get started. That is absolutely wrong. He is just completely tearing it up. 10 goal involvements in 5 games. He's always been capable of doing that in every league he's played in, and now he's even doing it in the Premier League. So, he's just absolutely walking it at the moment. He has played some of the lower teams, so I will be interested to see how he gets on against the harder teams, the likes of Liverpool, Chelsea, well, maybe not Chelsea, Liverpool and Arsenal. But yeah, we'll definitely see how he gets on with those fixtures. But for the easier fixtures, and if we think he's going to play, he's almost just a complete set and forget for captaincy. I know I've captained Salah every single week, but I should definitely be thinking about captaining Haaland. And Jesus getting a goal, getting 6 points. Very nice from him. Again, putting up really good numbers. Absolutely no way he's leaving my team. Just such good attacking threat from Jesus. Hauls could definitely happen in the next few fixtures. And yeah, good performance from the bench. I actually had Nico Williams as my first bench right before the deadline, and then I swapped to Andreas. So I'm very glad I did that. Andreas just works so well as that 12th man. If someone's injured, he comes off the bench. He's just so good to have as that option. The perfect bench option, to be honest. Star player definitely being Haaland with that massive haul. Best differential, I've put Cancelo. To be honest, I don't really have many differentials in my team anymore. Apart from really Walker, Harrison, and Raya, there's probably the only differentials in my team now. But I put Cancelo just because of the score he got, and obviously I didn't captain Haaland, so he was actually detrimental to my rank. So yeah, obviously going with Haaland would have been the better captaincy this week. But very happy with the points that owning both of them have got, especially considering a lot of people switched Salah to De Bruyne. Which ended up backfiring massively as he got his rare benching that sometimes happens now. I know we say he's nailed De Bruyne, but he does sometimes get benched randomly. So I guess maybe he's not that nailed after all. I'd say the likes of Cancelo is far more nailed. But yeah, really happy with the points this week. Super good green arrow. That will go down slightly after tonight's game. That rank is taking into account the auto sub with Andreas. But yeah, let's have a look at my team for Game Week 6. So currently, this is my Game Week 6 team. I haven't actually made a transfer as of yet. I'm pretty confident that I'm going to be rolling the transfer this week. There is no immediate problems that I feel like I have in the team. I've currently got the captaincy on Haaland, purely out of fear, just because he scored two hat tricks in a row. When he scores one hat trick, you don't think he's going to score a hat trick the next week. Anything's bloody possible with the guy. I will probably captain Salah this week, I will say, for the 6th time in a row. I just think that there will be weeks that Salah outscores him, and I can't really take it if Salah does outscore Haaland this week and I haven't captained him. I will really kick myself. And I think Salah does have the better fixture this week. I don't think Aston Villa are as bad as people are saying they are. They looked all right against Arsenal. The only issue I've got is if you've seen the games where Liverpool go to Everton, the crowd are so loud. And if Everton score first, that is going to be a really, really tough game for Liverpool. They're going to spend a lot of the time trying to break down Everton's defence. But I reckon that Liverpool might get an early goal and then the floodgates open because Everton can't defend as heavily as they'd like to and they have to go and get a goal. So it's definitely a big toss-up between those two again. I have even considered Nico Williams. Nico Williams is absolutely being in my starting lineup. This is the 1 week where he's absolutely going to be in my team. The home fixture against Bournemouth is the best possible fixture for him. He's putting up really good attacking data. I think he's got a goal in him and it could be this game. I might go, if I'm feeling really brave, I might go for Nico Williams this week. That probably won't happen. There's I'd say a 10%, 20% chance that happens. But yeah, I think it would be good to have some fun. But obviously the likes of Haaland and Salah could really, really hurt my rank if lots of people captain them and Nico Williams doesn't do too well. But yeah, I never really liked captaining a defender, but it would just be a bit of fun, wouldn't it? Not too sure about Walker in the team. I feel like he is due a rest. I do have Andreas to come off the bench though. He's such a good player, even though it's away against Tottenham. I think he could get an assist. He could get a goal. He's definitely got it in him, and so is Mitrovic getting a goal, or Fulham getting a attacking return in that game. In terms of the rest of the team, I've obviously got Harrison playing Raya. Obviously not great. I'm fully expecting Raya to concede and hopefully get some save points as he normally does. I think Leeds will have a lot of shots. And I'm liking the look of Harrison. Obviously that horror injury to Rodrigo, that was really, really horrible to see that. I did have a 50-50 on who I was going to go with, Harrison or Rodrigo. Obviously that's worked out in terms of the transfer, but that injury was absolutely horrible. I hope he recovers quickly from that dislocated shoulder. But it'll be interesting to see who starts up front for Leeds now, because obviously Bamford isn't quite at full fitness. He was able to play about 15 minutes, but in the game, he was really, really trying not to strain himself. He wasn't running as fast as he could. He was letting balls go right by him. So I wonder if the likes of Gelhardt will start up front for Leeds, or they might have someone playing out of position again up front. Sinistera as well is a player who I'm really liking the look of. Certainly looking good as that Rafinha replacement in the Leeds team. Obviously not quite on the level of it, but he could live up to that expectation. And the Arsenal game against United, a bit debatable on whether I want to play. I'm going to play Jesus and Martinelli, but I'm not too happy about it at Old Trafford. The Manchester United defence looks very strong now in their last few games. I think they've only conceded 1 goal in the last 3 games. Their defence is looking very, very strong, and obviously we'll see how they do against Leicester tonight. But yeah, I don't think there'll be many goals in it for Arsenal. It will certainly be an exciting game to watch as a neutral for both of those teams. But yeah, not too happy about playing having 2 Arsenal attackers against that United defence. Which is strange because I feel like 2 weeks ago I was saying, I can't wait to play the United defence, but no, Martinez, Varane, Malacia and Dalot looking quite solid at the back. And then the bench speaks for itself. If I'm going to make a transfer this week, it'll probably be for Zinchenko. I'm not too sure how long he's going to be out for, but probably switching him. I've got 1.2 million in the bank, as you can see. I could definitely upgrade him to the likes of Reece James. I'm just not too keen on the Chelsea defence. I know a lot of people own Reece James, and that's sort of my bit of a differential by not having him. But then again, my difference is having Walker, who's getting 6 points, whereas Reece James can blank and then get 16 points. So is it really that much of a differential? But yeah, I'm all right with how the team looks for this week. Obviously, a lot of away fixtures, which I'm not a massive fan of. The only home fixtures being Raya and Nico Williams. But I think rolling the transfer and having 2 with that money in the bank gives me a lot of options for next week. And there's nothing immediate that I want to do. But I do have 1 transfer in mind, so let's have a look at that. So here is my potential transfer for Game Week 6, swapping out Zinchenko for Trippier. I really like the look of Trippier at the moment. He's looking very attacking as a defender. He's on set pieces. We know how good he is at free kicks. And I think the Newcastle defence is looking very, very solid at the moment. Between Newcastle and Brighton's defence, some of the outside the top six, some of the best looking defences in the league right now. So Trippier, I think, is quite a nice asset. I would hope to jump on him before he starts getting his hauls. Essentially, I think he's definitely got them in him if he gets a clean sheet and then potentially assists from a free kick. I think he might be quite a nice option. I would bench Walker as a result of that. I think it's quite close between which one I play. I'm obviously still hoping for the Man City clean sheet with Cancelo in the team, but I just think he's far more attacking, and I think that Walker is due a rest. I thought he was going to be benched this week, but he wasn't. The likes of De Bruyne was benched, and I think he is well due a rest. Kyle Walker, I think he's going to be rested this week, and he's going to be played for the Champions League game. Obviously, it's Pep Guardiola. Who knows what might happen? I really just want to try and get some differentials into my team. I think the strategy so far has worked in terms of sticking with the obvious picks. They're all performing really well right now, and it will just be about timing it right as to when to jump off all the assets. Obviously, I would, I would have liked to have jumped off one of the Arsenal attackers, but they are just performing so well. There is no reason for me to get rid of them at the moment, other than to just try and be different for the sake of it. But getting rid of Martinelli and going for the likes of Sinistera or Gross will probably not even do me that well, because even if they do score, I've then got to hope that Martinelli is going to blank, and I'm not confident about that. I'm really happy with the players that I've got. I just need some kind of difference, I think, in my team to try and push up the ranks. But the rank is all right at the moment. I definitely want to be pushing inside the top 1 million at the moment. I think the captaincy pick this week is going to be very, very crucial. As much as I've joked about going for Nico Williams, I think that might be quite a dangerous move. He could be on for a 9-pointer if they get a clean sheet and he gets free bonus, but I think we've seen the potential of the likes of Haaland and Salah. I think it would just be silly to do something like that. But yeah, let's have a look at who the top scoring team was in the mini league this week. So here is the highest scoring team from my mini league this week. Sunil B with the team name Sunny D LFC with 89 points this week. A very, very good score this week. This is probably the highest I've been in my mini league this whole year. I think I was the second highest this game week, but yeah, I've just been pipped here by Sunil B. 89 points, and the game week's not even over for him because he's still got Ward to play, who you're probably not that confident is going to get you many points this week, but you never know. There could be a big surprise. Obviously, the game week's not over, so this might not be the highest scoring team of the week, but I think it's very likely it will be. Looking at the team, some really nice picks there. I really like the pick of Trossard. Even though he blanked this week, I think he might be playing out of position. He might be playing further up front. I'm sure someone can let me know about that. But he's definitely being pushed higher up in that Brighton team, and he can get hat tricks just like that. So I think you are on for a haul at some point with Trossard in the team. Obviously, the main talking point is no Salah and captaining Haaland this week. I think going for Kane over Salah, having that incredibly strong front line, is certainly a nice differential pick. There is absolutely no Liverpool in the team. Clearly, I'm not too sure if it was out of frustration. With LFC in the team name, I'm presuming this guy is a Liverpool fan and might have been far too frustrated with the Liverpool performances and gone, you know what, I'm just getting rid of all my Liverpool players. I'm not going to have any of them. Which maybe I'm hoping that was after the Bournemouth game, but yeah, still a really solid score despite the fact there is no Liverpool players, and obviously with Andreas coming on the bench for 6 points, giving you 89 points so far, and it could be even higher. Gameweek rank of just under the top 500,000, and a really nice overall points of 311. I've put the best differential again as Cancelo. Again, there's not really a differential in there that hauled this week. Obviously, the likes of Diaz getting 6, Saka getting 5, Kane getting 5. They are nice differential picks. They didn't blow blow people out of the water. but this is a really nice team, really nice differential team. I think it's because of the lack of Liverpool that it's so differential at the moment. But again, that could bite you in the arse if Liverpool start regaining their form again. But certainly a nice looking team. So well done to you, Sunil. So I hope you enjoyed that video, guys. Obviously, these have been quite rushed videos because of how quickly the turnaround has been for the deadlines. I'm pretty sure Game Week 6 is lining up to be quite an interesting one. Who is your armband on? Are you thinking like me? Is anyone thinking of going for Nico Williams captain? Certainly an interesting idea. But yeah, I think I will probably end up going for Salah captain. But I think the 50-50 between Haaland and Salah is incredibly tight once again. Do you think Haaland will score a third hat-trick in a row? Do you think he'll even start the next game, or do you think he'll be rested for the Champions League? I wouldn't be surprised either way if he starts on the bench. The interesting thing to note, though, is that Alvarez, who you'd think would start over Haaland, played the full 90 minutes. Obviously, he's not as much of an injury risk as Haaland is, but it would be interesting if Alvarez does start the game after playing 90 minutes. It is worth saying, though, in that game against Nottingham Forest, Haaland didn't really have to strain himself too much. He was very much staying up front, and to be honest, all three of his goals, none of them were like charges through the defence. They were all just knocking in a great delivery. So I wouldn't be surprised either way if he started or if he was benched next week. Are you going to take that risk of captaining Haaland, or are you going to take the risk of not captaining Haaland? He's certainly the main talking point on everyone's lips at the moment. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed that video. Please like and subscribe for more weekly content, and I'll see you all in the next FPL video.